gamers! My name is Nathan, and welcome to this edition of Paradigm Gaming 101. This is the year for Silent Hill, and the time is almost upon us. On March 6th, Konami will be debuting the Silent Hill Collection in HD, and on March 13th, the brand new Silent Hill game entitled Silent Hill Downpour will also thus be upon us. I don't know about you gamers out there, but as a huge Silent Hill fan myself, I simply cannot wait for either games to be released. I wanted to take an opportunity to chat briefly on Silent Hill as a whole, and what I'm looking forward to in the new games soon to be released. If you're not already aware, the Silent Hill Collection will feature Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill 3, all in glorious high def. Why they skipped Silent Hill 1 is still beyond me. But then again, I remember way back when the Silent Hill movie came out, Konami was talking about possibly remaking the first Silent Hill game for the PSP, and making it more geared towards the Silent Hill movie. Like, instead of Harry Mason, the main character would be Rose, played by Rhoda Mitchell in the movie, and so forth and so forth. But eventually that got turned into what we all know as Silent Hill Origins, first released on the PSP, and then at some point it was ported to the PS2. Fantastic game, especially on the PSP. Had some pretty cool movie tie-ins within the game, as well as some awesome connections with the original game for the PlayStation 1. A lot of supporting characters from the first game, like Dr. Kaufman and Lisa Garland, who fans knew little about, got more added background and story in this one as well. And if you haven't played it, then I highly recommend you do. It's a fantastic game. But anyways, the Silent Hill Collection will feature both Silent Hill 2 and 3, and I cannot contain my excitement because we finally will be able to play two of the greatest games in the series in HD. Most would argue that the best game in the series is Silent Hill 2, and I would have no way of arguing against that. I totally agree that Silent Hill 2 is probably the best in the entire series. No game after it has been quite like it since, and fans keep returning to that early point of time of PlayStation 2's legacy to relive the horror, emotion, and twist endings that it undeniably does so well. I'd love to get into specifics about the game, but I feel that since the game's coming out again in this collection, that it best not to spoil it. Not only for the newcomers at Silent Hill, but also for myself. It's been so long since I played Part 2 that it's going to be brand new all over again, and I'll get to experience it as my first time, and I'm kind of looking forward to that again. So if you haven't played it before, then you're in for a ride, and an awesome one at that. And if you're like me and you played it before, then I'm sure you'll be looking forward to reliving the horror, emotion, and twists all over again. And hey, it's going to get even better too, because we also got Silent Hill 3 included in this collection as well. Now, I remember this game being a bit shorter than Silent Hill 2, but it was definitely one I'll always remember. This one's practically a direct sequel to the first game on the PlayStation 1. I don't want to spoil anything to the newcomers out there, but Silent Hill veterans out there, you know what I'm talking about. There's connections within 3 that tie in with the original game. Not much has changed with the gameplay from Silent Hill 2, so it's going to be real easy to just pick up and go after you finish with Part 2 in this collection. But what it's really about is, well, it's all about the story, for me. The whole realm or universe that is Silent Hill gets expanded a bit more. Connections with the past gives the world so much more depth. You explore parts of this town no one's ever been to before. It's all uncharted territory, and that's some of the creepiest and scariest things I've ever been in. It just adds so much more depth to the series. Biggest thing for me, though, this is also the game where fans were introduced to the beautiful vocals of Mary Elizabeth McGlynn. The music in each Silent Hill game has been fantastic, but for Silent Hill 3, this is where the music, and in essence the world of Silent Hill, got a voice. And I'll never forget the opening cutscene where I heard the vocals with that signature Silent Hill themed music, and got that vocals added right on top of it too, a track called You're Not Here. Totally amazing. But as veterans of the series might well be aware, is that this new Silent Hill Downpour, is going to be a trip into completely brand new, unknown territory. This new game is being developed by a company called Vatra Games, and as usual, Konami's publishing it. But this isn't the first time that Konami has had other companies develop a Silent Hill game. Silent Hill Origins for the PSP and Silent Hill Shattered Memories for both the Wii and the PSP was developed by Climax Studios. And originally, the first 4 Silent Hill games were developed by Team Silent. The only thing that had continuity within all of those games is that the Silent Hill series composer Akira Yamaoka was involved with all of the musical compositions and its sound design. And as the Silent Hill veterans may well be aware, is that one of the biggest and most amazing things about the entire series of Silent Hill has been its sound design and its musical score. But unfortunately, in 2009, Akira Yamaoka left Konami, And in 2010, he joined a company called Grasshopper Manufacture to work on a game called Shadows of the Damned, a fantastic, underrated survival horror masterpiece, in my opinion. If you haven't played it, I highly recommend you do. It's fantastic. But since his departure from Konami, he no longer has a part in Silent Hill. But on a side note, though, however, he is producing and composing for the new Silent Hill movie, Silent Hill Revelations 3D, which will be released later this year. But Akira was essentially the life and blood of this entire series, in my opinion. The music, and especially the creepy sounds that you encounter throughout each game, is what made the game. And I know I'm not alone out here, either. Playing all these games throughout the years, I know what Silent Hill should sound like and feel like. Akira left his mark on the series that many are unwilling to let go of. I mean, his fan following is huge. I mean, I myself am a huge fan of his work within the series, but I'm also a fan as a musician. And since he has no part in the new Silent Hill Downpour, I was also among one of those concerned with where this will leave the series. But then I found out who was hired to compose this new game. Daniel Licht. Daniel is best known for his work as a composer for the series Dexter on Showtime. And if anyone watches that show, one of the greatest shows ever, I might add, then you'll know as well as I do that there is some potential here. I mean, his music on that show is brilliant. I found myself listening to the Dexter soundtrack on more occasions than I can even count. I'm addicted to it. He's got a style that's very unique and very distinctive. And recently, the first opening track to Silent Hill Downpour has been released on the internet, letting fans catch a glimpse of what's in store and the possibilities of what's to come. And after hearing it like a million times, I can honestly say that there is some great potential. And I honestly feel that this new Silent Hill might be in good hands musically. It has Daniel's signature sound we know from the Dexter series, but I feel that it catches the spirit and the unique sound of what we all know and love about Silent Hill as a whole. Granted, it's the first opening track, but I'm still optimistic after hearing it for the first time, and I'm excited for the possibilities. But we'll just have to see what's in store when the game's finally released on March 13th. You can listen to the track yourself on SoundClick, and the link will be posted right here. Overall, this new game will be an all-new story developed by a brand new company, and I'm very excited and very optimistic to see what awaits me in Silent Hill. What hellish nightmares await me around the corner? What inner demons is this new character going to overcome? Well, come March 13th, we'll see. But until then, my fellow gamers, I will see you all on the other side. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe. Take it easy.